Dr. Doom cured the Thing from his powers to prove that he could do what Reed couldn't, but Ben was visibly not that excited about being a normal human again, and his depression only got worse with the news spreading, and later when he instinctively reacts to save his wife Alicia from a bullet and ends up in the hospital. He couldn't ignore the fact that he isn't strong enough to protect his family, but he didn't want anyone else to carry the burden and therefore just acted happy. Until he decided to head over to the Raft prison to approach his wife's father, Phil aka Puppet Master, and give him his psychic clay, asking him to make him happy like he once was. And so Ben goes back home smiling all the time until Alicia clocked it and quickly went to confront her dad, only to discover that it was Ben's choice. Alicia therefore confronted Ben and convinced him to open up, reminding him that they had always loved him for him, but the problem wasn't solved there at all, as the Fantastic Four suddenly began losing their powers too, because that's what apparently happens when one of them loses their power, which meant that they now had to restore Ben's power. They therefore figured that they need to go back in time in other universes to make Ben hit himself with the specific cosmic rays that originally granted the Fantastic Four their powers, but for some reason it just never worked no matter how many universes they tried, so they ended up going back where Valeria realized that they can also get the same type of cosmic rays from the Big Bang. She basically explains that to avoid messing up the timeline, it would be safer for them to go back for nanoseconds and get hit by rays from the Big Bang instead of going back in time to when they originally got their powers. And so with Susan offering to create a force field and Johnny suggesting that he can absorb a lot of heat, Reed decides to give it a shot, as they then rebuild Herbie to think in nanoseconds so that he can be the pilot. The team eventually got in the device and traveled back to the beginning of everything, where Ben then got hit with the cosmic rays as intended, only for Herbie to fail, getting them back to the present. There wasn't enough power to send them all back, but in picoseconds Herbie figures to sacrifice himself along with the ship to ultimately save the people he loves. And so the Fantastic Four returned, where Val and Reed then argued that Herbie's sacrifice might just be the reason matter was favored over antimatter, causing the imbalance that created the universe in the first place.